Hello, small business owners, nonprofit leaders, and other people who are interested in improving their video content on social media. The first thing we're going to do is go to chat.openai.com, and we'll have you go ahead and sign up. Here you can create your account with an email address or by logging in with your Google, Apple, or Microsoft accounts. So you may see something slightly different from what I see on the screen because I've used ChatGPT quite a bit, and I also have some additional features. But what you're likely going to see, especially if you're not on a paid account, is ChatGPT 3.5. What you'll see initially is this empty chat prompt, and it may be intimidating. But I want you to think of ChatGPT just like you think of an employee. Your best employees do great work when you really help them understand the task, be prepared, and execute. And ChatGPT is the same way. In our case, this bootcamp is focused on creating video content. We want our ChatGPT to understand our needs and our expectations. Some ways to get that going: we need to tell ChatGPT what we expect from it. Here you'll see I gave ChatGPT a prompt and some added context. I told the chat that I want it to be a video expert. I asked for help finding topics to talk about. I mentioned that I'll be filming these in one shot and without edits. And I gave information about my business as a pet grooming salon in Greencastle, Indiana. I added some more specific information that I don't want any video scripts, I just want topic ideas, and that I'm planning on creating these every Tuesday and Thursday. Now you can be as specific as you want, and I think it's really important for you to take the time to really lay out what you want. But while ChatGPT is super intelligent and can come up with great ideas, it can also struggle, and sometimes it needs added context or added specificity just so it can really understand what you're asking for. So here I'm going to submit this prompt and see what it says. So here you'll see I let this video play out in real time so you could see it generating. GPT 3.5 is very fast. And here are some great ideas that it generated. Now I need you to remember that this is a conversation. If something's wrong in here, I need you to address it just like you would address an employee, a friend, a family member, whoever you're talking to whenever something is not quite right. In this case, let's say we don't have a team, and one of these suggestions is to meet the team. I'll tell ChatGPT that we don't have a team, so please avoid that in the future. And there we go. So now that's been removed and we have a new list. Now let's take it a step further. Let's ask ChatGPT to lay these out throughout the month of December. I asked ChatGPT to lay this out in a calendar, and then I asked it to be creative and find some funny names like Throwback Thursday that we can take advantage of regarding pet grooming. Now this is a great opportunity to tell you about one of the pitfalls of ChatGPT. You can't always trust that what it's telling you is accurate. And that's okay as long as you know that you need to fact check. For example, it gave me something to talk about on Tuesday the 31st. A quick look at my calendar says there is no Tuesday the 31st. So you can either take the information it's given you and make sure it's correct before you use it, or you can be proactive and try to avoid some of those pitfalls by knowing what to request from ChatGPT. A quick glance at my calendar shows me there's 4 Tuesdays and 4 Thursdays remaining in the month. I'm just going to tell ChatGPT to give me 8 topics, 4 for Tuesdays and 4 for Thursdays. Here we go. That's one way to remove the hallucination and make sure that what you're using is accurate. Now, ultimately, you have to figure out your workflow with ChatGPT. But what I want you to always remember is that giving it constant feedback, both positive and negative, will only improve your output. If you take content that's 90% successful and take it somewhere else and edit it, that might be a quick fix, but it's not going to be the best long-term solution for you to use ChatGPT. So make sure you're telling it exactly what you need so it can be up to date and understand your needs. Now, everything I've shown you so far, you can do for free, but I want to show you the added benefits of using the paid version of ChatGPT for $20 per month. With the paid version of ChatGPT, you get access to a whole lot of features. And I'm not going to cover them all here today because not all of them are relevant for creating video content. For our use case, the best feature, in my opinion, is that GPT-4 is more efficient and has higher quality results. There are fewer hallucinations in my experience, and it can be way more creative. One thing to keep in mind is GPT-4 is a little slower than GPT 3.5, but that's because it's so much more powerful. In GPT-4, you can upload images for the GPT to analyze. You can add files and data. You can even have it create AI-generated pictures for you. GPT-4 can browse the internet and give you up-to-date information that it finds online. Here you can see GPT thinking, and here you'll see the final results are more robust without hallucination. This is just one added benefit of GPT-4. Really, I could go on for hours telling you all the different reasons why I think it's a good investment. However, I'm going to move on to one additional feature, which is kind of confusing because they're called GPTs, and they're just a small version of ChatGPT you can customize for yourself. So let's move on. So when you have the paid version, you can click this button to create GPTs. The first question is, what would you like to make? In this case, I'm going to say, I want you to become an AI content creation master and help me with my video creation. You'll see that now it's updating based on the information I gave it. One cute feature is that it asks you to help name it. The name doesn't have a big impact. Eventually, you'll be able to sell GPTs on a marketplace. Right now, you can't do that as of December of 2023. So the name is really personal to you, or if you plan on sharing it with anyone else who has a paid version of ChatGPT. Since I don't plan on sharing this, I'm just going to accept the original name. It also generates a profile picture. Again, important if you're sharing it or planning on selling it on the marketplace, but not as important if you're just using it for fun. Great, I think that's a cool, funky looking picture. I'm just going to accept it as it is. So here it asks me more about how I want it to function. I say that I want it to just focus on content creation and trending topics. I don't want to worry about editing since I won't be editing these videos. And I also want it to take the time to learn more about me. So let's see what it says. So here it says I can add more information, and what I want to do is ask it to take from my website. I believe you can also add attachments if you have any PDFs or other documents that are important and have information about your business and background. In this case, I want to see if it can scan my website and use that information. It's also asking how it should respond to me. In my case, I want it to be formal but playful. One cool thing about GPTs is you can add so much content in the attachments and it will use it all. If you have calculations for shipping, if you have formulas for different products, or if you just have content you want it to consume, you can upload all of that and your custom GPT will remember it. So once you have it all set up, your preview page on the right side gives you some prompts you can use, or you can type whatever you want. Here you'll see a few prompts. What are trends in wellness? Can you suggest a creative idea? How can I use humor in a finance related way? Or how should I feature my restaurant? It's hard to see the rest, but they're really just to get you started. If you want your custom GPT to always have specific questions available there, you can tell it to do that. In this case, I'm going to ask a question. I'm desperate. I don't know what video to create. Please help. Now, one thing to keep in mind is if you don't like the results you're getting in your custom GPT, you can go back to the left side of this page and tell it what you like and don't like and help refine the final product. This is a true process because a custom GPT is something you'll plan on using for a while, so you really want to tweak it and make sure it's right. So somehow it didn't work out when I set up this GPT to memorize my website, and that's okay. It asked me for my website again, so I'm just going to give it to it to see what it can do. Here you'll see it's doing research with Bing and searching the internet to learn more about my website. Here you'll see it's generated some results and it even cites its sources. You can hover over these blue areas to see the citations. Like I said before, if you don't like something you're getting out of the output, you can come back here on the left side and in this create panel, have a conversation to update it. You can also go to the configure button to fully customize some things behind the scenes. You can change the name, the description, and instructions without having to have a chat conversation. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to work, but I just changed the instructions to say you should always use the website instead of you are able to use the website. We'll see if that makes a difference. I'm also going to change some conversation starters here manually. Here you could upload knowledge, change settings, and do custom actions, which do require a basic understanding of some coding, so we're going to skip that. Here's my new action. Let's see if it works. It worked. You'll see it gave me plenty of ideas and citations that I can use from a blog post on my site. One of the benefits of this is it's very likely to eliminate hallucinations because it's gathering content from a source you trust, your own website. Now, with that being said, I always want you to take it with a grain of salt and make sure ChatGPT is not adding anything that you don't want added in. Now, I think I've given you enough to chew on to really jump into ChatGPT and get an understanding of how to use it. If you found this helpful, make sure you subscribe or like our page, leave a comment below, and share this with a friend. Thanks for watching. If you need anything, visit us at becomedistinct.com and we're happy to help.